57 years after the death of Marie Chivarella, the Pennsylvania State Police say they have determined her killer. During a press conference Thursday, state police, joined by law enforcement officials who were involved in the decades-old investigation, announced that James Paul Fort was the killer. Fort died back in 1980. He was 38 years old. Police say that Fort was 22 when he killed 9-year-old Marie Chivarella. She was abducted on March 18, 1964, while walking to school. Investigators say that DNA and genealogy were used to crack the cold case.
Today is a very important day for the Pennsylvania State Police. It's my impression that this is the fourth oldest case, cold case, to be solved in the country utilizing genetic genealogy. And that's the tool that Mr. Schubert helped to provide to us. And if it's the fourth oldest cold case in the country to be solved utilizing this technology, it's the oldest in the state. So this is a very important day for our department. It's also an important day for the Hazleton community as a whole. This was a violent and a heinous crime that was committed against a small child.
So our suspect has been identified as James Paul Fort. He was born in 1941 and he died in 1980. Unfortunately, Mr. Fort's not alive for us to prosecute. However, he is the person that committed this crime. So with that information, we did an exhumation on Mr. Fort out of Cavalry Cemetery, which I talked about earlier. That was on January 6th this year, 2022. On February 3rd, 2022, we received the results from our DNA lab, and James Paul Fort matched the DNA profile from the semen stain on Marie Chivarella's jacket. The ability of selecting an unrelated person, as the DNA profile states, is 1 in 480 septillion. So for somebody else to have that profile, you would need 480 septillion other people. So this is an exact match.
My name is Eric Schubert of ES Genealogy. I was the independent consultant brought on through the district attorney's office to conduct a genealogy investigation into this case. Just a little bit about my background. My work with genealogy stretches back over 10 years and has been featured nationally. I've assisted in several other cold cases throughout the country over the past 2 years. And as was mentioned, I've been involved in this investigation for about 2 years. So it's certainly something that I've been working on a very long time, and it means a lot to me, as I know it does to so many people here. It really was a multifaceted investigation that left absolutely no stone unturned. At the beginning, as was mentioned, the highest DNA match to Maurice's assailant in public DNA databases was about 53 centimorgans. And a centimorgan is, think of it like a unit of measurement for a genetic linkage. You share a set amount of centimorgans with everyone in your family. And 53 is very, very low, as was mentioned. But that was where we started. From there, I conducted traditional family tree research using census records, military records, newspaper records, and more. So we were really zeroing in on families, locations, links, and it took a year, but we were able to go from 53 centimorgans to almost 200, which now is really something that I can work with. It was the strongest and most important lead that we had to date. I'll never forget when Corporal Barron was telling me that we had just gotten that match, because in that moment, I knew that we were going to find the assailant.
On behalf of the Carmen and Mary Chivarella family standing here, and we really want to offer a heartfelt appreciation and admiration for the Pennsylvania State Police. You know, we keep hearing 58 years, and that, my goodness, that was a long time. But over those 58 years, the Pennsylvania State Police routinely made their presence known continuously through those 58 years. They visited and called with updates to the family. They responded to questions we had. They asked a lot of questions. They provided comfort and hope.
We have so many precious memories of Maurice. At the same time, our family will always feel the emptiness and the sorrow of her absence. Consequently, we will continue to ask ourselves, what would have been, what could have been? So how does our family further embrace a sense of closure for the harm done to Maurice? Our parents' sentiments were expressed a long time ago. They never sought punishment or revenge, but did want justice. Thanks to the Pennsylvania State Police, our family now knows the identity of Maurice's murderer. Thanks to the Pennsylvania State Police, justice has been served today.
You can watch the full press conference on our YouTube channel. Police believe that Fort could have committed other crimes and ask anyone with information to call State Police at 570-459-3890.